Road to Everywhere podcast.
I'm triple checking because I always make mistakes. Isn't that the worst thing ever when you're like filming something and at the end of the run, or like at the end of the run or any scenario, you're like,
God damn it.
I just filmed something the other day. I was filming like Tony receiving his like first pack of production pro models at the shop. And there was we staged a whole thing where he like skate into the shop and pick up the box. Mm-hmm. And the second take we did is just perfect. Like it's impeccable. And I go to watch it back and I realized that my mic wasn't turned on and it had no audio.
That's so tragic.
And we had to like do it again, and it was never the same. The second take was the money one for sure.
Yeah, that's terrible. And you just have to like know at the final production, you're like, this is great.
But I'm a
like,
fucking
but that
idiot.
shot. No, we shouldn't say that about ourselves, but sometimes.
Oh no, I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
We're learning.
We're learning. Yeah. Well, anyways, thank you guys for doing this with me. Welcome to Road to Everywhere. First question I want to ask you both. I'll ask you first since you're closest.
Hold up.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah.
Should we say hi to the camera?
We gotta do an intro here. You're Luke Spud. This is Road to Everywhere. Who do you have here?
Is this the first podcast?
This is the first. I was actually going to do it solo after I decided.
Do it with us anyway, and then do another one solo.
Okay. Well, welcome to Road Everywhere. These are my two boys, Owen Fox, Adrien Paynel, and they're both international downhill skateboard racers. On my channel, you've definitely seen them a lot, so I imagine you've seen runs of both of them. And we're out here in San Diego today at Owen's house, setting up the whole studio for the first podcast. And they're about to go on tour. The new race season's here. And we're going to chill and chat and talk about it.
Talk about the road to everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is the start to the road to everywhere. See where we go. I actually like that. I actually like that.
Told you.
Anyways, first question I was going to ask both of you. Why do you want to be world champion?
Why do I want to be world champion? That's a good question. I don't know. It's just a representation of a lot of hard work and I want to be the best skateboarder in the world for a year, maybe longer, and have like a quantitative representation of that, and it just gives me a goal to like structure my life around, and work towards and skate around, and gives me a purpose, I guess.
Are you just looking for a structure? Or are you looking for that? Or like what called skating is to be that goal or purpose?
My enjoyment of skateboarding.
Yeah.
I love being on a skateboard and it's when I'm happiest.
Yeah.
Is when I'm out on the hills. And then I think my mind works in a very like step-by-step way, and I like to see progress. And I think like a global standing is a pretty good marker of progress.
That is a pretty great marker of progress for sure. Do you think once or if you get there, you'll be happy? 1 year, like you make it, like do you think you're gonna be like, cool, I did it?
It'll be a check mark, but it won't be happiness. Like, and I know that like there's a bunch of stories of great athletes like finally achieving their goal, and then they're like everything falls from under them and they like spiral down, and that's not my goal. I just want to like anything I do in life, I want to try to be the best I can be.
Yeah.
And right now that's skateboarding.
Okay. Do you think the goal of the game is to like almost continue playing?
For sure.
Yeah, like the goal is not to really win. Well, I mean, it is to win. Sorry, it is to win, but the goal is to like almost keep winning. I guess as long as you can.
Yeah, longevity
so, like, it's satisfying.
Is a big aspect of it.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, I mean, we talked about this a little bit last night.
We did talk about this last night, but that will probably not air.
No,
need you to say it again.
I enjoyed the conversation last night.
Me as well.
I think one of the things I thought of that I said a lot was I want to do it because I know that I can, and I mean I agree with everything you said as well. It's sort of a goal, and it's a nice it's something to channel that energy towards. But I think there's also something about having a confidence in yourself and knowing that you are capable of something of that degree, and I just feel that I owe it to myself and sort of to everyone that's ever helped me with this to do everything I can to accomplish that and to sort of, to put myself in that place. I think that it's one of those things where if I never tried, but I always thought that I could have, I think I would regret that for the rest of my life.
100%. Yeah.
And I don't feel as though right now that I can quit this until I accomplish that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you even think, like, let's say you don't do it. Do you think trying as hard as possible? Do you think there'll be a level of you who's like, okay, I tried?
Yeah, I mean, I have no intention of not succeeding.
No, 100%.
But I do think that in anything in life, I think that as long as you give it 100% and you try like the best that you can, that in the end, whether it's right now, like whether it's, you know, if I don't succeed this year and I have to retire, like if that were tragically it, like I would feel terrible for a long time. But I think in the grand scheme of things, I could look back and I could be proud of the fact that I did in fact put all those pieces there, and I did try as hard as I could.
Okay.
And yeah, maybe when I'm an old man, I'll look back and say that I guess that was the most important thing was that I tried as hard as I could, and not that I ended up doing it or not doing it. But I also don't have it in me to like look at this that way right now. I am, you know, you can't It is like an illogical sort of school of thought. Like it like being this driven to do something is somewhat illogical, I think.
Oh, for sure.
It's like it's obsessive, you know.
Yeah.
And so like I can talk to as many people as I want, or I can have these conversations and say, oh well, as long as I try really hard, then I'll be satisfied. But it won't be either, because it's not a logical mental space that I'm in to be pursuing this. You know, it is an obsessive
That's an interesting
thing.
point. Yeah.
And so no, right now, no, I would not be satisfied. Like
that,
and I won't be satisfied until I do it.
Okay. Interesting. It is like, I forget who said this, but they were talking about let me think, I'm sorry.
Boom, bap, bap, bow, wow.
Take your time, Sport.
I always cut it too. But I have like
Speed it up in post.
Yeah, speed up in post. I forget who said this, but they were talking about like the greats, and they were like, everybody always asks, I'll try to add the quote somewhere in here. Everybody always asks like, what does winners and the people who are like number one that they have that I don't have? And it's like, no, like, this is reversed. It's like, they have something they don't have something we all have, which is an off switch.
Yeah.
And like, that does bring you to like such a higher state. But I don't know, I think the question always is like, is it worth it? And I don't know, in the end, I think that's what the heart calls for. I do think it is worth it.
I think that I don't think that that's really like a question that, okay, there's no answer to it, because if you want it as bad as we do, of course it's worth it. And whether anyone agrees or thinks or like looks at us and thinks there's just no way it's worth it, it doesn't matter, because to us it is. Yeah. And this is what we have to do. I don't want to speak for both of us, but I think I can a little bit here. Like, we can't not do this. Yeah. Not right now.
No, I think it's incredible. I feel the same way about like the shit I'm doing, like media and stuff. It's just not directed towards the right stuff. So I think it's incredible. I just think it is just interesting not having like I'm happy to not have an off switch almost. And I feel like you guys would probably both be happy.
I'm like, it gives me so much, it just gives you something to wake up in the morning. Yeah. And I'm so happy that every day I have this one goal that I'm living towards. Yeah. And every day I got to do something to get towards this goal.
We definitely have to, like, we have a difference in how we mentally approach this as well. Like, this is, like, we are not identical in how we go about this day to day, but I do know at the core, everything that we do is still in one way or another driven for that.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, like the way he and I, like, I don't even know how to sort of give examples to this, but, you know, we spend a ton of time together, like more than with anybody else training. And we definitely get into it and have, like, we butt heads on just methods and all sorts of stuff, just life, you know, on how we are choosing to do this. But what I do know and what does give me comfort is at the end of the day, no matter how we disagree on how we're trying to do it, I do know that both of us still 100% have committed everything to doing this.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting thing too. Like, not everyone goes about the pursuit of something great the same. Yeah. And just because we're doing things differently doesn't mean that the other one is not as dedicated.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
But this year has been for me at least, has been very interesting to sort of see that more intensely than previously.
Yeah. Okay, see this kind of, I feel like separation might be harder, but see the separation, I guess, style almost. Or separation approach.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's no right or wrong. Like with the tennis, like the 3 world champion tennis players.
Yeah.
Rafael, Nadal, and Federer. Wait.
I think you're right.
Nadal.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, Rafael Nadal is one person.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check.
Nadal, Federer, and
no.
Djokovic. Nadal,
Okay.
Federer, and Djokovic. Yeah.
I don't know too much about tennis, but I know all 3 of these dudes have completely different style. Yeah. They're all phenomenal at what they do.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's a very good comparison. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like there's no right or wrong. If you're able to get to the top in your own way, like, I think that's just fucking incredible.
Yeah. That's the beauty of downhill skateboarding, is that it's so unstructured because it's such a new thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different theories that you can approach it by, and so many different ways you can come at it. And it's crazy that there's still only 0.3 separating everyone. Like,
seconds you're talking, right?
Yeah. Within 1 second, the top 10 are there, and everyone is like approaching it in such a different way.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Can you move that mic closer to you?
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that you're facing this way, so yeah.
That better?
Maybe like a little closer. Yeah, I think you're good. There we go. But well, how is the off-season training, man? How's winter?
Busy.
So now you're in school.
Yeah, I'm in school and I'm working part-time, paying for travels, but it's good. It's what's nice about this pursuit of a championship or just being better is that I can go to work with the mentality that I'm going to work so I can skate.
Yeah.
I'm going to school so I can skate. I'm waking up in the morning too early or more early than I'd want to so I can go skate. Like, everything is just towards this goal, and so even a shitty day at work is like still for this goal. And so it like kind of helps me get through shittier days because I know it's for summer of skating with my friends that I'm gonna enjoy, like, more than anything in life.
Oh my god. Yeah. Those trips are just the best. Yeah. Those, like, where are you guys going? So you're leaving both for Europe in like a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's stop one?
He leaves, a week or two before me?
I leave in 11 days. First stop is Marchaux, French freeride race, and then outdoor mix which is the French championship, and then I'll go to Munich. We'll meet on the June 11th. We'll meet in Munich and go to Austria for the first stop of the WDSC World Championship Tour.
Okay, quick question. I actually am going. I'll be in Munich for like 24 hours on my flight from here to India. So I have like a huge ass layover. What should I do in Munich?
Oh, beer garden.
Yeah.
What?
Go to a beer garden.
Okay.
Oh, is Munich not where Max K's uncle owns a bar? I will look this up after I realize you went with it. There might be a bar I have to send you to.
Okay.
Our buddy's uncle owns, and it's like a great time. And the last time I had a layover in Munich, we went, and like he took care of us and sorted us out. It was super cool.
Yeah, sick.
But yeah, mostly just beer.
Yeah, literally, that's kind of what that's known for, right?
Yeah.
That's exciting. I was like thinking about flying somewhere else, like hopping on a plane.
That's insane.
Spending like 16 hours somewhere else.
Don't do that.
That seems like a lot, especially.
It's a cool place to hang out.
Yeah, Munich seems sick.
Yeah, it's a very cool city.
And like literally about to go to India. I don't think I need any more fucking flights or anything. Like that's gonna be insane.
You're begging for something to go wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
Honestly,
Literally begging.
Okay, cool. Because that was still in my brain, but that's probably just chilling.
Cut that out.
Because Germany's sick. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do the Autobahn?
Yeah.
Love it. What car?
Very fun. I've done it in a Renault Espace, and what did we have last year?
Wait, how do you spell that?
Renault
Espace.
Renault.
Renault.
ES. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
That was in 2019.
Okay, kind of a van.
Last year.
Car.
We drove it last year?
I think so. Or the year before. I don't know, it's in someone's car, but we didn't. We just drove on the freeway.
I remember doing it in 20.
Dude, that thing had massaging seats.
Oh, really?
And self-driving. It was insane.
Oh, incredible.
In 2023, we did a little bit of it in some MG SUV.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you the model. It was one of the biggest pieces of crap I've ever been in. And it was really upsetting to be on the Autobahn for the first time in that thing.
Yeah.
But then later that trip we had some little Volkswagen crossover thing that we rented for 2 weeks, and we drove from one end of Germany to the other because we were going to Amsterdam, and that thing was actually pretty fun. And that thing, I was able to get going.
Sick. Do you know how fast?
No, not impressively quick, but it felt terrifying.
Yeah, for sure.
Like faster than you would be. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. At least 110 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But you're still getting just your doors blown off by some dude in a Mercedes. You're getting over it, he's passing you like you're going 20.
That's so real. That's so funny. Yeah, that would be me too.
That was where I really understood why they make German luxury sedans the way they do.
Yeah.
Because I've been in luxury Mercedes sedans and Audis and stuff, and they're always so comfortable and so fast, and it never really made sense why they need to be that fast. And then I was on the Autobahn. I was like, oh, that dude is sitting on a couch going 180 miles an hour.
Bro.
I get.
That's pretty cool.
That's what they make them for.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Insanely high speed.
Yeah, they just sit so planted.
Yeah. I was in a little, what was I in? Oh no. I forget the car I was in. Some European car. Some small little guy. Smaller than this dude. We hit probably 220 kilometers, which is what, 160?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that, yeah. What year was that?
Dude, we were in that was actually a really fun year. It was 2018. We literally, Mike and I, my buddy Michael Ambry and I were with Garrett Smith and Justin Vivian. They raced Kazakov, and we weren't racing. So we were let's not stay here for 7 days. So we drove. Absolutely not. Honestly, 2 days of Kazakov was too much for me.
Fair, yeah.
But we drove to a part of Germany that was such a sick area where it met up with what's his name? I'm so sorry. I know his name. He's the man. Gubble Gubble.
Oh yeah. I don't know his.
Gubble Gubble.
Yeah,
Gubble Gubble.
He was in California for a bit, I think. What's his name?
I'm
He's
gonna-
cool. He's hilarious.
This is like a homie, so like I'm
He used to
really
make
scared.
stickers.
Yeah.
There were gold stickers everywhere. But this was in like 2017. I was still getting into it.
Okay, yeah. He doesn't have his last name on Instagram, but Philip. Anyways,
Yeah,
Philip.
he homie lives in Germany. He hosted us.
Is he German?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hosted us. Was the man. But like on the way, then he took us skating back in the Czech Republic, which I thought was really funny, because like the local German spots in that area were like over the border.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, new country again. But that day, I'll get to the Autobahn. But that day, we had a homie who literally hit a car, like got his leg ran over. Literally like just classic situation, just like slid out. I remember I think I was like in front of him, and like I think we like heard something, and like looked back, and we're like, oh fuck. But he was okay. He didn't walk for like 2 years though after that, which
He was okay.
I'm very happy he was okay. Like he's still here.
For 2 years.
Okay, maybe not exactly okay, but like the fact that he's still here.
The fact that he's still here is
Yeah, he's walking now, so that's cool. But crazy day. And then on the way home, we took the Autobahn, hit like 220, and it was so sick. Car was shaking, but like you said, literally just BMW is just being like way faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so sick.
Probably sick.
But the last stop's Austria. I guess.
How's your off season going?
Oh, how was your Austria?
Yeah, thank you so much, Adrien.
I'm so sorry. Let's circle back around to that.
It's okay, we get distracted.
You went to San Diego.
Sorry for technical difficulties, people. It's just me back there. I guess these boys have been helping me a lot today. Anyway, so get back to what we were talking about.
Off season?
Off season. I believe
Off-season.
I was giving my rundown. I'll just start from the beginning, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, the off season has gone very well. It has been different than
Next to the mic.
They're gonna press it out of you next to the mic. So how was the off
Can
season?
you bring that closer to me? All right, run that back from the top.
We'll keep that in.
The off season it's been good. It's been very productive. It's been unique for me because of just outside factors per se. I moved to San Diego a couple months ago for skating. You know, like that was pretty much my main motivator for moving down here was to train harder and to train better and to train with Adrien. Last year I was still in Santa Barbara and he was down here, and we did pretty much for several months, we pretty much did every other weekend we would swap off.
Yeah.
He would come up to me, I would come down here to him. We just went back and forth. We did a ton of driving for
Too
it.
much. Yeah.
And so I sort of just decided it would be better to be in proximity with him and to be able to just do this all the time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, having a training partner and someone you can really like push yourself against is the most important thing you can have, especially when you're at like the top level.
Yeah.
And so it's a rare thing to have what we have, sort of this connection that we have, like we have so much history skating together. We can read each other very well, and we can push each other sort of better than we can with anybody else.
Yeah.
And so I made the move, which was obviously a lot. It was a big move. Moved out of the skate house, which was I was there for 3 years. There was a lot of life changes, but yeah, it was interesting. It was, like last year, for example, I had a serious structure sort of already developed. I put in place. I had a great framework for my off season because I'd been in that place for years, and I had a support system already built around. And so when the 2023 season ended and I went into training mode, it was seamless. It was very much I just go back to the systems I've already developed. And so it was interesting for me this year having to sort of start from not scratch, but the ground floor and have to develop new systems in a new place. And so that was interesting, but I think it went pretty well, and I feel happy with the systems that I've set up now, and I feel happy with how the training's gone. We've done some really, really fantastic skating this winter.
Yeah, that's sick.
And I am very impressed with the two of us actually. Like some of the days we've had have been really like some of the best skating I've ever done.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I was just watching both of you guys even at Blacks yesterday, and I was like,
yeah, yeah. It's
He does stand-ups now.
he's always done stand-ups. I've seen you do test sides on Sonora.
He does stand-ups.
I do stand-ups.
Yeah.
Wait, cut that.
Oh, this is all bleeped.
Yeah.
Welcome to the what's it?
Welcome to the Patreon segment of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 questions. How much has it improved being together over skating alone? Like, how much, I guess, you can even make this a more broader term. Like, I guess, how much would having, like, a training partner, somebody side helping you train, get better, has helped you? Both.
Like, how much has having each
someone
other
else helped.
improved us?
Yeah.
I mean, I think exponentially. I don't think, and to be fair, we're not the only people we've ever trained with or partnered off of. But yeah, I think we've been the most consistent with each other over the years. And like, I don't think I'd be anywhere remotely close to the level I'm at without the probably thousands of hours we've put in together.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's like there is a competitive factor, I think.
Yeah.
Or like,
I mean, you guys are both chasing the
part
same
of
thing.
Yeah, and that's part of that motivation.
Yeah. And we push. And what's been interesting this year also is that, like previously, like years ago, we used to be competitive with each other, but it was always because we wanted to be better than the other and get higher and higher and better and better.
Yeah.
And now we're sort of at the top where it's not that we're trying to improve and get, we're not looking for the next tier. We're looking to best each other in the top tier.
Yeah.
Which has sort of changed that dynamic a little bit. It's added a little bit more fire to the competition.
Yeah.
But like Dexter was down here in February, Dexter Manning, and we were talking to him about this, and he said, well, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
He says it was always going to be like this. Yeah. But the fact that the tension is there now means that you're both doing good.
Yeah.
And
happy that turned off.
And if one of you wasn't doing good, or if you weren't at the place you want to be right now, then you wouldn't have this tension. So the tension is an indicator that things are going well. It's not bad. I mean,
that's cool.
We cook dinner together all the time. Like, we're not on bad.
I was gonna ask, how does that go? How does that feel?
We yell at each other sometimes.
Chasing the same goal.
And then we're good.
Yeah.
You gotta the most important thing is the line of communication, and I think we've gotten way better at that.
Yeah.
I used to be way more reserved, and I wouldn't share so much, and now I do, and sometimes I think it hurts to hear, and sometimes it hurts to hear what I can do better, but at the end of the day, that's out there and that's communicated, and then there's something to work on.
Yeah.
And there's something to be conscious about, and there's something next time that you say something that previously would have been annoying to the other person, you think about it, maybe you rephrase it, maybe you choose that's not the best time to say it.
Yeah.
Maybe so I think the communication is there, which is the most important.
It like any relationship, and we have it's not an intimate relationship, but we have a very intimate relationship,
of course.
Platonically, and communication is definitely
platonically.
It's so important.
It's so important to mention.
Oh God. Communication is definitely the biggest thing.
Yeah.
But
well, I'm happy you guys are both still homies.
Yeah.
I think the knowing what I said earlier, the knowing that in spite of anything that's going on, the reason for the intensity or the emotions is because of the drive that we share. Yeah. I think that helps, whether it's consciously or subconsciously, helps not lose the plot. It helps us be okay, the only reason that he would be so fired up about XYZ is because he cares that much.
Yeah.
And I think having that common
having that common is, and then we also understand why you care that much.
Yeah.
Because we have that same passion. We have the same amount of passion, and so when the other person kind of blows up, you're like, "Fuck, that was really annoying. I wish he didn't do that." But I know why he's doing that.
Yeah.
And we've had to have some tough talks, just like in the car. Like a while back, we had a talk in the ride up, a 3-hour drive up, and the only subject, at least for the 2 hours, was how are we gonna manage this relationship, because we know that it's gonna get rough at some points.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
There
cool.
it is.
Yeah, I think everybody always says communication. That's just easier said than done.
Oh,
So much
It's a very
easier.
challenging thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very challenging. In my day-to-day life, I still find it so difficult to say how you feel almost.
For
It's
sure.
like-
That's the hardest.
Yeah.
It's so hard to be like, okay, this is how I don't want to piss off anybody.
Yeah.
Because it's all out of love, but it's just I think we all self-consciously almost know. I don't want to speak for everybody, but it's the right thing to do,
Yeah.
and it always is a better thing to do. But you're just whew, can I do this?
Yeah. Do I want to admit to myself that? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We were bad at it for a while. We've always tried, I think, but it has taken us a long time to get to a point where we are now, and it never stops. We still have tiffs, and we still have to have conversations, real conversations all the time. Even within the last 2 weeks, things have come up.
Yeah.
But I think now we're both quite a bit more comfortable having those conversations.
Yeah.
Maybe not the the content themselves,
But bringing it up.
but the act of doing it has become more natural,
Yeah.
and that has really we've broken that barrier down where
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're oh boy, this is gonna be a tough one, but I'm not gonna avoid it at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in the past, when we were younger, definitely things would sort of build up, and then you really have a bad time.
Stuff explodes.
Yeah.
And we can't afford that because we live 10 minutes from each other now,
Yeah.
and we're trying to chase this.
Chase this dream.
Yeah.
Chase
Chase
this
this
goal.
dream.
Yeah.
There's no room for.
We don't have to go into specifics at all, but do you guys feel you're able to have that handle on other relationships? The handle of sheer communication of being I know what has to be done.
This might be the best communicative relationship I have.
For sure, but it also pushes you to be better at other.
Yeah,
I don't now. For example, at work, if someone's kind of annoying me, last a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
I told them, which
Yeah,
I
nice, that's
never
good.
would have done
Yeah.
before. But since I've had these talks and I realized the talks is shitty, but the outcome is way nicer.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm way more open to
Yeah.
pushing myself to have that talk.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
yeah,
Life lessons
super
being
simple.
learned. Yeah. It's one of the best things about friendship.
Yeah,
Just learning, becoming a better person. That's just one of the best things about everything.
Life. Yeah,
It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a podcast. Was literally
Yeah.
get really incredible info from really incredible
Yeah.
people.
And it's not even with conversation too.
Yeah.
This friendship in particular, this relationship has been one of the most formative in my life in regards to lessons learned.
that's why he's such a shitty person.
Because when we first met, we were probably 19, 20?
I was
19 or 20, and we really started kicking it off and hanging out a lot during COVID. We were probably both about 20 years old. That's really when it started,
Yeah.
and we were drastically different people. And we still are. We still are.
Yeah.
But the polarization at that point, I think, was much more dramatic, and
And I don't think I didn't realize how crazy it was until because we didn't know each other that much, and on the surface level, we're pretty similar.
Yeah.
We're two kids from a pretty European background. We both speak French.
Yeah.
We both had beautiful upbringings, and we're both very grateful about that. And we both have very good relationships with our family and a bunch of things.
All blessings.
Yeah,
and then from there, it's just
all blessings. Yeah.
went crazy different.
Yeah.
yeah. And and even we skated super similarly.
We skated,
it was at face value, you're oh, these kids are twins, and it could not have been less true.
And then we realized I'm goofy and he's regular.
And
Fire and ice for
But there, like over the years, I think you can definitely, like if you could see the relationship and how we as people have evolved, we've definitely like rubbed off on each other in like dramatic ways.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
And I think very positively.
Yeah.
But we've sort of brought each other a little bit closer to the middle. We're not in the middle, I'll tell you that. But
on one spectrum, on the other spectrum, we're both fuck off. On one distance of it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Like on different spectrum. Like we both are extremely passionate about skating, and on that spectrum, we're nowhere near the average. But on like just us as beings and like in life outside of skating, we've come like
I see.
more central.
I see. It's cool.
Yeah, the skating, if anything, has gotten more extreme over the years. We've gone like further and further into the deep end.
I remember freaking, you guys were talking, like, I remember COVID when I came down here for New Year's, how hard you guys were training and how, like, back to back it was. But it was just, like, it was kind of funny because it was, like, goofy regular. But it was so sick filming that little SoCal part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was so fun filming, like, the Malibu stuff.
Yeah, what was
like,
it?
the sunset run and, like, the
2020 Vision.
2020
was the
Vision.
video,
Fuck, that was 5 years.
That's
5 years ago. That's
That's
insane.
I hate that.
I hate that so much.
That's
I feel like yesterday.
Yeah. I still think I'm a Grom, and like that's so real. Like,
I still remember getting a speeding ticket on the way to meet you guys the morning you filmed your Flores run.
Oh, for sure.
Because
for
we went in
sure.
2 different cars, and I remember getting bagged.
That was
Like,
sick.
I actually kind of remember that.
And I remember that's why I was late.
Yeah.
And I missed the run.
Flores
I
run.
wasn't
Yeah, you
there for the
missed the
Flores run.
Yeah. Interesting. That
That was
was
sick
like
one.
that was the weekend. Damn, it's been 5 years since this. That after that weekend, that was like a pinnacle for my driving. Of like
No, that's actually, it's been like 4.5 because that was at the end of 2020.
you're right. Yeah, it was at
Okay.
the end of 2020.
Just
That makes it.
That's gonna help me.
Yeah, that's actually really true.
Still
That's
so
super
bad.
true. There's still like a lot of months left this year.
4.5 years.
Because it wasn't the 2021
Yeah.
Secrets out. It wasn't fully 2020.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But
We raced whales on a Saturday.
sorry?
I don't know if that's public information yet.
Yeah, it is.
We'll cut that out.
No.
No, don't cut it out. We
Just
raced
listen deep into the Road to Everywhere podcast, and you'll learn
You
the
learn so much.
exclusivity
the
of
industry
downhill
secrets.
skateboarding.
Yeah.
But that was like a pinnacle of my driving. I remember like thinking, like I would just always follow skaters that weekend. Like always follow skaters up to then. Every single line was like sliding and like kind of breaking in the corner and like drifting out. Like filming you and Flores was like, I remember like it was so sketchy. I almost slid out so many times just trying to keep up. And then like after that, Initial D helped a lot. Actually, it did help quite a bit. But like just like actual racing and trying to study that more of just like braking and then like railing into the corner and braking through the corner. It took me so long to figure that out.
Yeah.
But like after that, I was like, I need to figure out how to drive better. And I was able to keep up. I think the videos were sick. But like after that, I think if I filmed that stuff now, I think it's so much different. So you're just like, it's like you have to do a different line between a skater. So you're like doing like a rally, like race line.
Yeah.
Compared to like the skater or something. So you're like watching him or like watching her, watching traffic, studying your line to like go in, out, and just hit the correct braking. And there's like so much happening. But like before trying to just like rail into a corner, not really thinking other than like follow skater's line. That almost feels a lot more dangerous.
Probably is, yeah.
Yeah,
But to be fair though, our skating has evolved dramatically since then too.
I know. Yeah, I'm sick to film now because I do think I do a lot better. And I mean, in reality, let's say not better. Let's say not better. I think in reality it would be similar. Like I think the driving would still be the same as the racing. I think like we're both moved up in that sense. Yeah. Anyways, we're going for a while. Are you guys chilling?
I'm good.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's run with it.
Back to Europe. You guys both speak French. Have you ever lived in Europe?
I have not, no.
Okay. You lived in Europe for like a year.
A year and a half, 16 months.
France, right?
Barcelona, mainly.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you like actually lived in. Oh, How's living in Barcelona?
The best.
Yeah.
I had a really good time. Barcelona is just such a sick city. There's so much to do. The scene there is all time.
All time.
All time. I spent most of my time with the Quantums. The story of me getting there is pretty funny because I slept in Girona on Jevy's couch.
Girona, where's Girona?
Girona is like an hour and a half outside of up the coast, like a bit inland. It's in Spain. It's also in Spain, but
Okay.
like the dude who ran Fort at the time was living in Girona, but I didn't have a car, and so it was kind of shitty to live in the middle of nowhere. So at one point I was like, I'm gonna go for like next week. I'm gonna go sleep on Jan's couch, and like I'm gonna search for an apartment from there.
Yeah.
And so I caught a ride through like a skate session. Caught a ride. I was like lost in this Plaza de, what's the one at the bottom of there?
Plaza del Sol?
Yeah, one of like the
Like in the neighborhood where they're at?
yeah, like not far from his house. But I like, called him, and there was a miscommunication, so I had to stay there for like an hour until he got back from school, and then I got to Jan's house, and then I ended up spending 3 months on his couch. Like,
That's a long stay from like randomly.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was supposed to stay a week. I think it was 2 months on his couch, and then we had to like hop from hostel to hostel because like understandably he was like, all right, get the fuck off my couch.
Yeah, that's a long ass
That's a
time.
long ass time. I cooked breakfast, so we had a good deal going on.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, and then Alexandros and I were, because the plan was to move to get an apartment with Alexandros and do like kind of a skate house thing in Barcelona. But we had a tough time because we didn't do enough research, and so then we both found through different channels like an apartment. So we were both in Barcelona and skating with the Quantums.
Yeah.
Skating with each other, Alexandros and I, a ton. And yeah, I did that for 12 months. I did that for one off season.
That's cool. How is living in Europe, just in any case, how is it living in Europe over here? Like, what's the differences like Barcelona and like San Diego vibes?
That's why I like Barcelona so much, is because it's so similar to California, to San Diego. It's kind of that vibe, but at the same time,
They're going to be so angry to hear you say that.
I was like, that's a hot take, that feels like.
it's true.
It is
like
true.
like not in a cultural sense, but in like the climate and like the
Okay.
way people skateboard.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, the surf kind of ocean culture. It's on a sea, but it's still a kind of a chiller vibe.
You can't surf in Barcelona.
You
huh?
can't surf. You can surf like 30 minutes outside.
You can surf pretty close to Barcelona.
Okay.
You can hop on the
It's
train
always
and
right.
go down.
Okay, word.
You could probably surf in Barcelona if the wind's right, but
You can surf in Tahoe if the wind's right, which is sick.
that's insane.
Yeah.
I'll probably move back to Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool. It just seems like, I mean, that's similar to, that makes sense.
I didn't have a real job
Okay.
when I was living there. I was just like doing Instagram.
Yeah.
Um,
Were you having bonuses at the time?
yeah,
Okay.
that was peak bonuses, so I was making rent with bonuses.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
insane.
nice.
The payments were so fat at that point.
So
Yeah.
sick.
I don't know how much people are familiar, but at a time, I'll just explain it. At a time, Instagram was paying, like, kind of, not a lot, but like, if you were getting 1 million views, boy, it was like $100.
I had
Oh, no.
200.
I had less than.
Was this before?
This was before. When it first
Oh.
came out, 1 million views would have paid you
Like
a
a few
lot
grand.
of money.
Yeah.
a grand, I think. I think it was a million.
I think it was a
like
grand per
for
million.
Damn, so you guys got that earlier than me.
Yeah, and it was very lucrative for a couple months there.
It was,
Yeah, I
it was
didn't make
crazy.
that
I had
at all.
20,000 followers and I was making rent.
Yeah, I didn't make like
That's
any
insane.
sense at all. That's
Yeah.
so cool. It's like, then that was also sad. I mean, I'm happy that we were American and have it, but it was sad to see everybody else. Like all the Europeans, like we don't have bonuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like,
It was-
anyways, it was a trial system on Instagram, paying viewers for like ad revenue, like YouTube Shorts does.
Yeah, but it was what was crazy about it was direct view to dollar ratio.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't
Yeah.
some abstract. Oh, how many ad clicks are you getting? It
What's
was
the value
just
of your watch hours?
just how many views can you accumulate in 30 days?
Yeah.
And we will pay you $1 amount for those views.
Not on one video, but all videos.
Everything
combined.
you post in 30 days,
Per
your
month,
total
yeah.
amount of views, will pay you cash for those views.
Yeah.
And it was
That
insane.
it was insane.
Yeah. I like missed that
Like Black Mirror type shit.
hot street. What do you mean Black Mirror type shit? Just
Like
alternate
just,
universe.
Just
what
like
the
weird,
fuck?
weird as
Yeah.
fuck.
You're like, how is this so sick right now?
Yeah.
That's the dream.
But
Back to that.
yeah, it's sad. It was sad to see
Yeah.
like when that went, that was like a hit because I was making a bit too at the time, and you're like, okay, that's like
I could do this.
a little bit of time. That's like a lot of money a month gone.
Yeah.
Oh,
But that is also like the dangers of
relying.
So, yeah.
social media is so dangerous. Trying to rely on money, trying to like have a consistency is like almost impossible unless you have like almost loving brands, or you have like a dedicated audience,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is like the easiest way.
There definitely are ways to create levels of
Stream
consistency.
What do you think would be the best way?
I don't know. I mean, I guess the most crucial thing you can have is like a very loyal audience
Yeah.
and like a very like involved in
Anyways, have you guys seen Barbie?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, great film.
Great film.
Loved it.
All right, let's see what's next. What's your guys' favorite country to skate in the world?
Favorite country or favorite road?
Country. I like travel.
I've never been to NC.
Let's not count NC. I was gonna get to NC. Let's
Really
see.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Not okay. What's your favorite country, not including the States?
Oh, that's tough.
I'd say Spain.
Skating.
I haven't been to 80% of the good skating in Spain, but it seems pretty epic. And
It's-
the crew there is sick.
It's
and life in Barcelona is the best.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You haven't been to like
Maybe in Switzerland.
He's went to Granada or under the sea.
no, the southern
Philippines.
stuff. Philippines.
Oh,
How's the
not Philippines, Thailand, I mean.
Thailand.
But
Thailand.
Philippines is dope as fuck because the scene is incredible, but Thailand has fucking roads.
Yeah, that's
How's the culture?
Super sick.
super sick.
What's up with the culture?
Small.
You can
It's
smoke
young.
weed.
Young.
You can smoke it like on the streets.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
what's
it's legal as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean young? You said young?
The scene, the skate scene is
Okay.
developing, but like the sickest, like and not the whole. Like there are guys that have been skating hills in Thailand for many years.
Yeah.
But I would say as a whole, the scene is sort of younger and developing, and it's super cool. It's amazing to see.
That's sick. I haven't seen much
The
stuff from that, right?
the ceiling for skating in Thailand
Yeah.
doesn't exist. Like if you
I wanna
if
go
you
so
were
bad.
Thai and you got into downhill skating and you pushed it as hard as you could there,
Yeah, you're incredible.
you
You're a
have
phenom of
you
the
could
sport.
be the greatest of all time. You have all of the most insane hills I've ever seen available to you.
Interesting.
It's one of two places that is ever compared to NC for me.
Okay. And
What's the second?
NC in Thailand.
Like the I guess there's two other spots, but I sort of there's one like Portugal has some really amazing stuff, but I would say probably the south of Spain is actually the like I would rate it higher. Yeah, like there's only
I'd say it's a great hire.
like Portugal,
Yeah.
south of Spain, Thailand,
You think
and
it's a
NC.
grade higher than NC?
No, just Portugal over Spain.
You think
Yeah.
Portugal over Spain?
No, sorry, Spain
Spain
over
over
Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah.
We had so much fun when we went.
Yeah, we
That
did.
was such a sick trip.
Yeah.
11 dudes, right? It was like 11 to. We had the whole Aussie crew. 6 guys. You're with the Aussies.
Me, Jev, Max, and Nussman.
Yeah.
And then you, Lars, Giannis, Alex, Diego.
9.
That's 9.
Okay.
And we had Carlos, like Charlie was there for a while.
For a bit. Yeah, he was in and out.
And we like had some swappages.
Yeah.
I'm bummed I didn't make it.
Yeah. That was so sick. Just getting to travel with such a cool crew.
Yeah.
Just getting to like see like the southern part of Spain.
Have you seen the photo book?
I haven't seen the actual photo book. No.
I've got it right here. We'll take a look at it when we finish. It's pretty
Yeah,
incredible.
I would love to see this.
That's so sick.
It's
Oh,
pretty
that's
incredible.
so cool. Hold on. Shout out. Nussie Marsh. Yeah, that's incredible. I'm so excited to. This is a photo book of our trip. I think it's cool. Anyways, yeah, that was so sick. To just like. That's so sick.
Yeah, that was a tour.
I've always been so interested in Spanish culture, and like I'm such a fan of Colombia, and I feel so that Colombia is my favorite country in the world, but just Spanish culture in general is so great, and getting to see that on like the whole Spanish, like the spectrum of like getting to see all of Spain from like Mallorca through like the whole coast
through Barca, yeah, like all the way down,
and you're just like this. They are living so well, and the roads, you're just like incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
and I just talked to Lars at Tepe.
Oh yeah, he just
went again, and I sort of asked him. I was like, "Was it like? Did it hold up? Was it?" And I figured it would, but you know,
sure,
like that trip we went on was sort of one of those trips that I can see in your memory. You're like, it was the best ever,
for sure.
And then if you were to go back, you're like, okay, maybe I remembered this better than it was. And he said it was even better the second time.
Interesting, because you know it a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it got me excited.
That would be exciting to go back to. I don't know when I'll go back. I'm excited that like this year, instead of going to Europe, we're going to India. Fucking exploring the tallest road in the world.
Yeah, what's your plan?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about this.
We're literally going with Will Royce and Clark Patrick.
Drink bottle.
Perfect.
Get your hand away from your fucking mouth.
That's a great thing to
You
say.
too. Get your hand. We're doing this.
I'm going with Will Royce and Clark Patrick. We're landing in like New Delhi or something. 30-day tour around like the entire country. We literally like originally we're gonna just do train rides, but it was gonna be like 3 or 4 15-hour train rides, one 48-hour train ride, and that was like the cheapest alternative. And we were like, let's do like one just because for the experience.
Yeah.
But fly everywhere else. But it is covering like majority of the ground. But the first 9 days, it's like a whole journey from like New Delhi up through the Himalayas, up to like the tallest road, paved road in the world, Umling La Pass. I'm gonna get a photo of this. It's at World's highest road. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if we can find it.
Search it up on Google Maps.
Oh, that's a great call, actually.
Yo, how tall is it?
So this road is at 19,000 feet.
Holy shit!
I know.
What's that on the border of?
Guess where we're going? Is this This is Nepal, I think, actually, and I think, right? Oh, sorry. Nepal's down here. Is this Pakistan?
No, Pakistan's to the left.
Okay, cool. I'm happy we're going over here. But it's on the border of this area. But it's like
I think that's just a region.
Oh, it is. You're right. Actually, it's the region of India. I don't know if I can find the actual.
Go satellite.
Where's satellite?
Click on
Layers to the left.
Layers.
Oh no, because we're looking at the mountain right now.
Oh
Oh no, that's the road.
Fuck, dude.
Look at this. 19,000 feet up. It's like downhill, right? Boom, boom, boom. I actually haven't looked at this at all.
But you're flying halfway around the world to go to the highest paved road on Earth, and you haven't looked at it on a map.
I have not looked at it once. We just have a laid out plan. Will and Pranal Chavan is like one of the like locals there. He's showing us around the whole time. We have like a little film crew with us too,
Sick.
and like another skater, and we're meeting up with like a ton of crews, but insane. Like let's see, I want to see just like a side view really quick.
There's no.
There should be. Oh, unavailable.
No way, dude.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa! That's like
pretty.
pretty great pavement.
Spud, you haven't done any research.
No, I'm just like wanting to go to India. I think it's gonna be such a ridiculous trip. But like, look, this is what I've been showing people. Look at this road. I actually don't even know. This is just we're specifically going to this. This is number 2.
I don't even know where it is, but we're going
somewhere in India. I know we're going. The boys made the plan. But like, look, like that's like quality.
Give me one of these ridiculous pictures. Let me see something ridiculous. Like that one.
Look at that.
My God.
And this dropping section right here.
Looks like pretty classic shit.
70 hairpins. In the middle of India.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, it's going to suck.
It's going to be in the middle of the hottest part of the year, too.
But it's going to be super cool that you're doing it in India.
Yeah.
When are you going?
Oh, the road.
Yeah, that's going to suck. 70 hairpins is going to be miserable.
I'm going to be so hyped, dog. I'm going to do so many hillsides and toe sides, dude. But there's cool waterfalls. This is all for the experience. I'm just going for the experience.
That's going to be so sick.
Like, look at this. Like, insane.
Yeah.
Can you skate that?
Absolutely, dog. The waterfall?
Yeah.
The mystical and magical paradise on earth, too. Crazy.
Insane.
Yo,
That's gonna
what
be
is
sick.
this related search? 70 hairpin bends ghost Collie Hills. What?
Wait, what were you looking?
Look at related searches.
Go right
there.
in the image that's selected.
Go to right there. That one. Click this.
Whoa, that's scary.
What?
You're going to skate the most dangerous hairpin bend in India. Can you survive, Sweat?
And it's number 34.
You should go to the number one.
Yo, what is that?
Somewhere, probably gonna skate it, I imagine.
10 most dangerous roads in India.
This is Unli.
Yo.
That's so nuts. The pavement's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, but it's
Bring-
gonna be like
bring
such
big
an experience. Yeah. And like, I'm so ready to just like, because we motorcycled across Colombia, which was like, in my opinion, the craziest thing I've done.
Yeah.
This tops that by a lot.
sure.
And especially we're going during like, I know nothing about this conflict, but I feel like we're going during like a kind of a interesting time, to say the least.
You could say that.
But
To say the least.
we're gonna explore like so many, and I'm hoping we're still gonna get motorcycles, but all of India. And then after that, I'm going to Nepal for about a week. What are you looking at?
There's a YouTube POV of motorcycle ripping this Collie's hill.
This
Collie
one?
Hills, yeah.
Watch.
I'm like very,
I think there's volume on your computer right now. Coffee.
Don't wanna get demonetized.
Coffee. Alright, it's 40 minutes. Just dump us in the middle.
Because this is Coley Hills, so this is like.
Yeah, this is the hairpin stack.
Yeah.
Spud, you're gonna get hit by a motorcycle.
Most likely.
Not once.
Not just once.
Yeah, just the driving and the skating is going to be ridiculous. But I like am terrified a bit, but I'm also so ready for it.
Yeah, where's like the crazy hairpin stack? Is it up top?
Yeah, probably up top. Whoa. Being able to go skate like sick.
Oh wait, this is part 2.
I love this for you. So,
This is
it's
insane.
going to be so sick.
I'm like gonna film so much content, yo. But see.
You're going to Brendan Desjardins under trucks. An X Factor? What is that movie?
Triple X.
Triple
Or yeah, whatever.
Look at this. Yeah, so
So that's happening.
So that's happening. I am like, as I get older and my prefrontal cortex develops, I get more scared about this kind of stuff. Because like when I was younger, I like kind of didn't care, and I was like, oh, I'm down to risk my luck a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, okay, this is a bit insane,
It's
and I
sick.
still can't process it. I'm not good at processing things.
Just don't until you're there. And then
Yeah, and then I get there and we're at the top of like something like insane and be like, oh. Actually, honestly, once I get there in the airport and seeing the mass amount of people, like I imagine the countryside of India is going to be absolutely stunning, but the city is going to be like
New Delhi's gonna be crazy.
unbelievable. But we're gonna do that for a month. We're gonna do that for 4 weeks, and then I'm going to Nepal for a week after with Clark, I think. And I'm going to just. I have no plans for that yet. I'm gonna just literally land somewhere, probably if it's just me, and just like solo dolo, just like exist. Honestly, solo dolo, maybe just like do like a hike somewhere. Just start walking.
I think there's a mountain in Nepal that you could hike up.
Yeah, it's called
Everest.
Everest. There's also K2, I think, but like
I've
Everest
heard that
is like,
one's a real casual stroll.
Yeah.
this is a quick
I want a
mellow
quick
walk
walk
to the top.
up it. Yeah.
But Everest, I like looked into it. It's like 10 grand or something. Like it's
Oh,
an
so-
insane.
Oh,
it's an insane.
You
feat.
should look into base camp.
Just going to the base camp.
Hiking to base camp. Has done it, and he says that in and of itself is like a phenomenal adventure.
Really?
It's also a multi-day hike.
To the base camp.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
multi-day hike.
I think it's a 6 or 7 day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That was base camp. Yeah, you're tall. Or what is this? 5.364 meters. How
It's like
many-
16,000 feet.
Wow, that's the base camp.
Uh-huh.
What's the top of Everest?
It's at base camp is 17,000.
Base camp is 17,000.
29,000 feet.
29,000. So you do another 10. Wow.
You do another 12.
You do another 12. Okay, I see. So you start down here.
Yeah.
Multiple days of acclimating.
Yeah.
You see that photo by Nim? Have you guys seen the photo of the summit of Everest when like the 100+ people are at the top?
I don't believe so.
This is an unbelievable photo. This is the one.
Yeah, I have seen this.
This is literally the summit. Like that.
It's pretty depressing.
That's
That's
pretty
sad.
sad. Yeah.
Like that. I can't imagine getting to the top of that and being in a line. It's the last place you're
That's
gonna
just the
have
shittiest line in the world.
line. Just at the top,
Literally-
freezing in a.
You're so
vast-
miserable.
Literally the
Yeah.
most depressing line in the world.
Oh, whoa! What's this one? Holy crap! See, that alone makes me not want to do this. I would
Yeah.
love to do this. Like this would be. Such
Well, that's
What's
sort
base
of
camp?
what the base camp is. What I've
Yeah,
heard.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
like worth going.
No, for sure.
Um,
What I mean by that is like I always have a thought of like one day like going to the top.
Yeah.
But base camp would be an incredible thing to do.
Yeah.
Because I had no
I-
expectations of going into Paul as quickly as I
I
am
wanted
now.
because I had this thought today because we were talking about the Stairmaster and like how long it would take you to do Everest on a
Yeah.
Stairmaster, and doing Everest, but like without I don't know if it's even logical, but without a
Sherpa.
Sherpa, like with a guide but without a Sherpa, that'd be sick. I don't know if it's possible,
I don't know if it's possible either.
but
You need to have people. You know, like I feel like you have to know like a lot.
No, I
yeah, but
I
you
don't
go
think
with a
it's.
team that like
I don't think it's I don't know. It's like a physical difficulty, like the amount of stuff you have to carry up there.
For sure.
you're tense.
I mean, people have to do it.
Yeah, I just did this alone was too much for me. But I just did the Manitou incline in Colorado. Have you ever done this in Colorado?
I haven't done it, but I've seen it.
You
It's
know,
you've
it's
seen it?
it's insane.
Have you seen at the bottom?
Oh, here we go. Here's a good one. So it's literally 27,700 some stairs, but it's just a straight up hike. Literally mile up to the top.
You do that in like 10 minutes.
It took
No, you like crawl.
I'm really
good
look
at
at this,
crawling.
dude. Like look at this. Like it's like actually such a steep stair set. But we did it. It took me probably like an hour and a half because I took a lot of breaks to chill. Noah said he did it. He was doing like fire training, so he had like a 50-pound weight on him, and he said he did it in 53 minutes. But that was like
Good for him.
not stopping. That was like kind of. I think it was like kind of more slower pacing, and then continue, or maybe probably slower pacing the entirety. But yeah, that was difficult. I can't imagine fucking Everest. But my lady wanted to do that, and after she helped me set up my first attempt for a podcast, and like spent all morning helping me out, I was like, I'll suffer for you. I got you. And then at the end of it, I love that stuff because I do feel good. But in the moment, you're just like, oh shit, this is first 30 minutes of anything like really brutal. I'm like, this is painful. I hate this. What am I doing here? But it's cool. Fun. A little too late in a few. But I am gonna change batteries really fast.
Okay. I have
Yeah,
no idea what his name is. His Instagram is Welcome Risk. I'm just like throwing this kid on his podcast right now.
That's what he like.
He's
he deserves it.
he's so sick.
Oh really? Okay, we'll put his stuff on like the side.
He's got some drip.
Yeah. That is style.
Yeah.
Welcome Risk. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a switch toe.
Yeah.
Yo, with the glasses.
I don't know where this kid came from. I don't know where he lives. I don't know anything about this kid.
Yo.
But he's killing the game, dude.
Okay, he's tagging Kyle Peralta. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen him.
Yeah. He put a selfie on his story yesterday that was just like a close-up of his face with cop glasses on.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
That's it. It was just like, the energy is insane.
What God, yo.
Yeah, no, he rips.
That's awesome. Shout out to the boy. I love seeing that. I love seeing new people skate. I feel
No
like
idea.
it's hard to do. Yeah, I'm curious what it doesn't look like he's around the best hills.
No, he's just mashing this one neighborhood hill like his life depends on it. It's so sick.
That's sick. Damn, shout out to the boy.
I don't know who you are, but if you see this, hit me up. You're dope. I fuck with what you got going on.
Yeah, come to Cali.
Come hang out. Come to Cali.
That's amazing. Is there anybody right now, besides this, is there anybody else that you guys would be stoked about seeing, like, young guns? Because I feel like I don't see much young or like people who are like growing in the scene. You're like, oh, that's new. Like, you're killing.
I mean, we have like San Diego has a pretty vibrant skate community.
Yeah.
And I can't say I am definitely guilty of not participating in it probably as much as maybe I should, or I would like to, but we've got Edge Crew Skate Collective, which is run by Aaron. Is that
Okay.
I don't actually know how to pronounce his last name.
I say Cleveland.
Peveland,
Okay.
yeah. But he's originally from the Midwest, and they do some amazing stuff. Like they've got Taco Tuesday, sort of like,
They're running Taco Tuesday every week.
which is
They're
like a
running
board, it's
fire.
like a boardwalk push around sort of thing.
With
Super,
tacos?
super entry level.
I don't think there's-
you go get tacos after.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'll Wednesday,
Which is like
Every week.
which is like a slide
just like
learning.
a skate session,
Okay.
super approachable hill.
Yeah, it's like where you learn to slide. It's that
Oh,
kind of
sick.
hill
Epic, yeah.
And then every bi-weekly they do like a campus cruise.
at the UCSD,
Campus.
like a nighttime
and
campus.
you're
They
kind of
skate,
bottom hills, but also
they skate garages.
skate garages.
Is-
And this is consistent, has been for like 2 years.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And
That's so cool.
many people have gotten into skating.
Yeah.
through
That's
that.
so cool.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
And
What
then
more
Aaron's
are you
doing
doing?
it. Aaron also hosts at least 1 or 2 outlaw races around here
Yeah.
a year. He hosts Racecourse Classic, which this year is going to be on the like North American Downhill League circuit,
Yeah.
which is like its whole new thing. And he's also hosted, I want to say maybe a Ranger race.
I don't know.
I don't know, but like Aaron.
In any case, any event in San Diego, he'll be helping out.
Yeah, he does a ton of work
Sick.
here.
Sick.
And so that's not like he's not new to the scene,
Yeah.
but through that, like there's definitely a lot of guys that are getting into it. Dude, there's like a 10-year-old kid. Is he 10 now? Or he just turned 11?
Just turned 11.
He just turned 11.
That's
like,
amazing.
He's been shredding at those Alva sessions every
Yeah.
Wednesday. He had his birthday like at a slide jam.
Like
Okay.
they made a slide down for his birthday.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and this kid
That's
rips.
so cool.
He's like doing stand-up slides
Yeah.
and sliding both ways and everything.
That's so cool.
There's a lot of that here.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
When is wait? I'm curious about the slide learning. When is that every week?
Wednesday
Wednesday
afternoons. You
That's-
just like go to Alva, which is like one of the sort of like entry level free ride hills here in San Diego,
Okay.
and there will be people there every Wednesday.
Okay.
Like 20 people at least.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a lot of guys who are very willing to sort of like provide instruction and sort of help people that are new out
Sick.
get under their.
No, it's great for us.
That's incredible.
It's
I feel like
pretty
I
cool.
haven't really heard that. I haven't tuned in that much, but it's
Yeah.
cool to know.
Yeah, it's not super publicized. It's
Yeah.
just in the chats.
Yeah.
And it's
But
insane. It's insane.
Community over.
It's San Diego, you know.
Yeah.
They're not really publicizing it they're not pushing it to.
Yeah.
get people-
Community
yeah.
over virality. Yeah.
But it's that's really cool to see, just as like a whole, and
Okay.
it's pretty awesome.
I need to get that info after. I'd like to take my girl there.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
that'd be, she wants to skate.
should.
So that'd be cool.
yeah, we definitely do that. Anyone else as far as like up and comers?
I'm just stoked to see people like. I feel like the sport is progressing in such an interesting way. Technology and like styles are really changing.
Do you think it's progressing?
I think it's progressing.
I'm sure.
I mean, the race side is progressing.
All of it.
Really?
Freeride is definitely good.
Freeride is absolutely
There's definitely a change in style and what style is defined as.
I need to tune back in.
Bro,
I'm not
the United States is behind. Is
That's
the key
what it
here.
is.
Oh,
The
that's
US,
what it is.
the US is
Yeah.
kicking and screaming and dragging its feet behind,
Yeah.
and everyone wants to ride their big boards. And you know, you guys can like do it. I have no issue with it,
It's
but
sick.
it is very behind the curve in the sense of progress.
Yeah, what's happening
And, like-
around the world.
And
Yeah.
like, it's cool. Don't get me wrong. I like the big board stees, and I think it is. It's like what I grew up watching, and I get why people are into it.
Yeah.
But the stuff that
I can't wait to go back to it.
the stuff that these European kids are doing on their small freeride boards is completely next level.
True.
It's beyond what
Yeah.
you could have conceived years ago.
True. Do you think, like, even years ago, I feel like I thought this. Do you think there's ever going to be a ceiling?
No.
No.
I don't think there's a ceiling in anything.
Really?
Technology's always going to progress. It's like the 4-minute mile. Like you break through that and then a whole new world is opened up.
We have a 2-hour marathon. You know, like
Keep going down. Yeah.
it will keep going forever. And I think in skating, like I talked to Zach about this when I did the pod with him. He asked me like where I thought sort of gear and tech would go, and I don't know. I'm not
I'm not Zach.
I'm not Zach. Yeah, or like I'm not one of those guys. But I do think if you look at skating history, there's like massive evolutions and then plateaus in gear. You know, like the first one being the skateboard itself,
Yeah.
and then
Urethane.
urethane wheels changed the entire game,
Yeah.
right? But that on its own only gets you so far.
Quick pause.
Yeah.
Urethane moves was too much. Move it into the shades of it and see if it works.
I know where you left off.
Urethane wheels.
Your thin wheels hand in the air.
Yeah, urethane wheels. Cutback. And then if we think about downhill specifically, then
The
you have
origins of skateboarding.
no, just TLDR. You have like RKP trucks, like reverse camping trucks. That's huge for skating
For
down.
normal people,
Like-
this is downhill trucks.
Yeah, like
Comparison
street
to
trucks.
Street trucks are reversed, whereas like the little bulb you'd see inside is not facing towards the road; it's facing inside for normal trucks.
Yeah.
For downhill, facing towards the road.
That sort of thing. And so now we've had slalom truck geometry introduced recently. I'd say that's like the latest, like, big, massive development that sort of revolutionized everything.
Yeah.
And so right now, yeah, kids are going crazy with this new stuff and like pushing it to the max. And at a certain point, it'll feel like there's nowhere left to go, I think.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure something will happen and we'll get some new piece of kit. And
Sure.
then, boom,
Sure.
whole new world.
Sure. It's interesting to see where they'll go 10 years from now.
It's very interesting
Yeah.
to think about.
Like, when is downhill supposed to get to the Olympics if it's supposed to get to the Olympics?
Never.
Never? Okay.
Not in the foreseeable.
Okay.
There's no timeline in which that's like visible right now.
Okay, word. I was just thinking in the sense, even if that ever came, like what the bar would be at by the time that came. Like the entry level bar compared to like today.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, because people keep surprising me all the time. But like, I think, I would love to keep chasing, I would love to be able to keep driving after the level of racers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd love to be able to still keep up. Just stay right there.
In your
But I haven't filmed follow in like almost a year probably.
It was crazy.
Yeah. Which is like really sad. Maybe like once or, no, I think I filmed like once. I filmed Lars once in Colorado. It's been a long time. Makes me sad. But
Pick it back up. It's like riding a bike.
it's like riding a bike.
Driving a
We're
car.
back, summertime. Everybody's getting ready to go. Well, yeah.
That's it? That's all you had?
Yeah.
Close enough. That was it.
Yeah.
There was just, I have other stuff of just like, what's it like? We covered literally everything. Like literally like, the only thing I didn't ask about was literally like, do you want to cover one more story? You're gonna ask about cop running away stories.
I don't have many.
Everything else, country store. We got through some kind of stories. How about this?
What's the tour list? What's your tour looking like?
My tour looking like?
We did already do this. Actually, one for you.
Not
What was
the
it?
whole breakdown.
We didn't give the breakdown.
Let's break it down. Let's one more thing. Let's break down. I want to give like one fun story of like Europe or something.
Okay. Should I start with my tour breakdown, or should we just skip into
No.
the stories?
Go breakdown.
Go
Let's
breakdown.
go back to like breakdown of your Europe trip.
This current one.
This
the one I'm
current
about
one
to do.
coming up 2
Yeah.
weeks.
So I'm skipping. Like he said, he's got French races to start the season. I'm skipping those. I'm not racing the French championships.
Yeah.
So I'll fly in to Munich, meet up with Adrien and the rest of our posse. And then we've got the Austria World Cup, the WDSC World Cup in Austria. Immediately the next weekend, we've got the Erzincan Turkey WDSC World Cup,
Okay, Turkey.
which is the best racetrack on earth,
Really
Yeah.
without a doubt, not even a question.
interesting.
It's just the next level,
The one that's been the last like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that crack fixed?
Somewhat.
somewhat.
It's still something you think about, but you go over it.
Yeah,
Okay, well.
like there were no crashes
It's not a roll
last
of the
year.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that road. If we're talking about progress in the sport,
That's a.
if you threw that track at the racers of 10, 15 years ago, people wouldn't know what to do with it.
I feel.
I don't know, they made it down edges.
I mean, like, they would make it down it, probably. Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of them would live.
I think that's where the progress
Interesting.
of today, like skating, is just the tracks that we're racing.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of pushing the. Like
That's
Vulcan was
pushing
kind of
the
the start of it, and then
Vulcan was a breaking ground. I
Yeah.
feel like, yeah.
But yeah, like we can bang shoulders and race competitively at
we're racing
That-
closely.
this level, which
I
is
see.
insane.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we'll do that, and then we're gonna fly straight to Norway from Turkey.
For the
We're gonna race Extreme Sports Veco.
Yeah.
We've got a new track this year. Adrien has skated. Very excited for that. And then another quick turnaround. We'll stop in London for a day or two, and then make our way to the Isle of Man for the 3rd WDSC World Cup.
What is that? It's a bold name to use. That name.
The Isle of Man.
Is it like a gnarly track?
It's an island.
Oh.
Called the Isle of Man. It's a place. It's where they
It's a
host.
place.
It's where they host.
I had no idea.
Do you know the Isle of Man race?
Yes, I thought that was the name of the race,
No,
not an actual.
it's
No.
the Isle of Man TT. It's the time trial on the Isle of
It's own
Man
country. It's own territory.
territory. It is part of Great Britain.
I had no idea. I totally thought it was the name of the race.
No, the race
Is
just
around this
is
island.
around the island.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a.
That's just a badass place, or badass name for a
It's
place.
it's the setting for
Okay, I see. Yeah, the moto.
the sickest motorized race,
Pull up
motorsport
a
race
video of this.
in the world.
This is the craziest thing ever. But yeah, so we.
What's the time?
Mm.
What's the date stamp on this?
Yeah, scrolling. When was this video posted, Spud?
When was this video posted? 1 year
Year
ago.
ago. So last year.
Yeah.
Sorry, ads. I'm gonna cut it.
So this
Where
year.
is this race going? Yeah.
So this year we will be racing on sort of a side access road adjacent from the no, just let it play. Just let it play.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
So we'll be racing on a road adjacent from this,
Yeah.
because this year they're doing maintenance on the TT track itself.
Yeah.
But we are hoping, and I think might be already confirmed. I can't confirm the confirmation though. But I don't think we're confirmed. But we're supposed. I'll go skate around. I'll do Europe for like 2 or 3 weeks after that, and sort of get my, open road skating in and
Gotta do
see
that.
some
Yeah.
friends and some people, and then we've got the WDSC World Cup in the U.S. at the end of September
Yeah.
in Utah
Yeah.
Native soldiers.
in Park City, and then immediately the next weekend we got Soldiers. Yeah.
That has a gondola. No,
It does.
ski
Yes,
lift.
it does. It has a ski lift.
You've been on this road. I'm assuming you
We
also
have,
been
yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It's a really, really cool racetrack.
Yeah.
It's never been raced before, but as far as
It's the one you said you go like 70 on, right?
different road. This one you can probably go 50. 50.
Okay.
It's not the craziest, but it's
But
gonna
it's
be
just tight.
really tight racing.
Yeah.
Great venue, and it's gonna be hosted by like the greatest event organizer in American history, Justin Rollo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's coming out of
Shameless
event
plug.
retirement.
Oh, what did he do? Pikes?
No,
Does
he
he do
did,
Pikes?
he did
Pikes?
Devil's Peak.
Devil's Peak. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if maybe I'm giving him too much credit there, but like
Fuck you, Roll.
he,
No,
like
he's gonna put on
he's
there,
the man.
without
Like
a doubt.
he's like Devil's Peak is probably the best run event of all time.
Yeah.
Seriously, like flawless, the most runs, no issues.
Interesting.
Really like a megalodonic task. And so this event now, he's got a lot more support. He's got like real, like sanctioning bodies behind him, and
That's cool.
And he's got like a world class venue.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's in the Olympic park.
Okay.
It's the access road for the bobsled track.
Okay.
So it's like it's a sporting venue. It's got it's got a ton of parking. It's got plugins. Like, this is like a real
it's the
sporting
sickest shit
venue.
ever.
I hope to be here to see.
Yeah.
If I'm in the States, I'll come.
Yeah, I think you should. I think it'll be one of the craziest events ever.
Yeah.
So that'll be the fourth leg of our World Cup series. And then we've got Soldiers of Downhill the next weekend, which is a U.S. national team qualifier and a U.S. national championship race. And then in the first weekend of December is the fifth final leg of the World Cup tour in El Salvador. So,
Do you know where in El Salvador?
I don't.
Outside of, it's not San
It's called
Sebastian.
Surf City.
It's called Surf City, El Salvador.
That's
It's
right.
like an hour out. It's 50 minutes outside of San Salvador.
Well, so it's on the coast.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they
I'll
just
see you there.
hosted a
WSL.
yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, I will see you there. Are you WSL in the World Surf League? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy where El Salvador is now with the whole isn't it extremely safe for practically because everybody's off the streets.
Yeah, I mean, in a wildly morally ambiguous gray zone. Yeah, it is. That is what it's supposed to be very safe.
That is what.
It's supposed to be very safe.
Yeah.
The methods in which they have achieved that,
Questionable. By a brand.
yeah, questionable is
Right.
a light way to put it, I think.
Yeah. You're probably right on that one. You're sure right on that one.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's gonna be a cool championship.
Yeah. I'm stoked for this year.
You guys been to South America? You guys been to South America?
Argentina, but I didn't get really travel.
Wait,
I did Argentina, and then I got to go to Brazil after that. But other than that,
how's
no.
Brazil as a country? How was your time?
It was very cool. It was really
Yeah.
cool. I didn't get to see too much.
Yeah.
Sort of in and out for Tutonia, but I'm a huge fan of the Brazilian skaters.
Yeah.
I really, really love some of those guys, and I have only ever enjoyed hanging out with them. And the place is beautiful.
Yeah.
I just ate acai until I was sick every day and
Yeah.
had a great time. But I would like to go back and see more because it's so big and it's such a vibrant
Yeah. It's such
country,
an insane
you know.
place. Yeah.
But yeah, Teutonia's dope.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Can you explain to Tony?
Formerly, I believe, the fastest road in the world a long time ago,
Okay.
at least a decade ago.
Fastest race for sure.
Def-
Might be.
Probably, yeah. And when I grew up, it was one of the biggest World Cup races on earth. You go to Brazil, it's this crazy steep straightaway. It sort of looks like the Manitou stairway.
Yeah. It's
It's honestly that steep.
Yeah.
And everyone who was anyone would go and race Tutonia. It was the heaviest race in the world. And it looks like that, actually. Go up.
Okay.
That one. It actually looks like that.
Yeah.
Oh, to the left is Max. That's the
Okay.
year I was there.
Oh, hey, this is you.
No, that's Max Caps.
That's nice. Yeah. Sorry, you just said
That's.
I saw this.
I'm gonna be honest. That one's stunning, Spud.
You're like, that's Max. Oh shit, that's you.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That's
I'm so
it's not
Max.
okay.
Blurry photo.
That's a compliment now. He's a changed man.
He is a change man. No, it's pretty incredible, and so they repaved it at the beginning of 2022, before we all went to South America for World Champs in Argentina.
Yeah.
And yeah, he does have a run, and it was honestly the event. Yeah, he does. He's got GoPro.
Oh, GoPro.
The event was sort of a disaster for various reasons. Nothing to do with the Brazilians or their hospitality, though they were amazing. But this is.
Can you go to the beginning?
It's
Oh, it's just 30 seconds.
It's just this.
Yeah.
This is the craziest adrenaline rush ever.
Yeah. I want to hear about at least one of those situations, but also about how you almost fly off the road from the bumps.
Yeah. So like you can see, it's stepped.
Yeah.
It's got 3 steps down the fast straight, and you're going so fast, and there's such aggressive changes in sort of grade that you can see like Diego's chest, his torso is bouncing,
like loosens.
and
And the air catches.
yeah, so you have to sort of, as you hit the crest, your knees fall down, like your board goes down and your chest stays up.
Yeah.
And if you don't catch yourself, if you don't close that, you probably, I think, will catch air and like fly like a parachute.
Interesting.
So on all these drops, you start to feel unsettled because you're de-weighting over the humps. And the only way to stop and to find stability again is to just tuck harder.
Okay.
Which mentally feels like if you're flying at a wall, the only way to stay safe is to hit the gas harder.
Yeah.
Like it feels crazy.
Yeah.
And
Have you watched 10?
and your
Yeah,
visor
it's
is rattling around, and there's like thousands of Brazilians on the sidelines
Yeah,
there,
that's you.
like spectators, and you can hear them
Yeah.
as you're going down. There's flags. It was like one of the most overstimulating things I've ever done.
I can't imagine that. I can't even imagine that.
I would do it again so quickly.
Yeah. But didn't during that situation, didn't ambulance drive on the road?
Yeah,
Oh,
there was a close call where the ambulance almost drove out on track, and was stopped, but it was definitely a close call. There was like a miscommunication, and due to Brazil's sort of tragic history with accidents, like namely like Pastrana. This was the first international race back in Brazil since Pastrana passed away.
Yes.
And so everyone was obviously very sort of on edge.
Yeah.
And that shit got shut down real hard. Like the remaining riders took a vote. It was the top 8, of which I was not involved. I got knocked out like that round previously. But they all took a vote and were like, we're not gonna run it.
Yeah.
If there's even remotely a risk of this happening. And yes, we never got to finish the race.
Is it wrong to ask if you can explain the Pastrana situation?
Yeah, I mean, I can give like a super brief. I'm not the person. I don't think.
Yeah, just brief rundown of. Because of what happened.
In 2018, there was a IDF, which was the International Downhill Federation. It was like our race body organization at the time. They had a World Cup race in Rio, in Brazil, and Alison Pastrana was like Brazil's up and coming superstar. They're phenom. Yeah. Probably just
future world champ.
Yeah. And there was an incident, I want to say, in a semifinals heat. I believe it was semifinals, where a motorcycle was on the track doing a shuttle, like taking a rider back up to the top.
Yeah.
While the semifinals heat was coming down.
Yeah.
And they made contact, and Pastrana was the rider in front, and he passed away.
Yeah, awful scenario.
And like truly worst case scenario.
Yeah, horrible.
And that obviously struck a chord, with a lot of people. And I think that has led to at least the one silver lining here is I think that has led to a much more conscious and serious stance on safety in racing these days.
Yeah.
And like we have committees now with riders that help ensure that safety is up to standard. I think riders are down now to cancel races if things are not safe enough, if they feel like it's not up to standard. Yeah. Which all are good things. There's no reason to do it not as safely as you can.
It's hard when lessons happen. I feel like humans are just like this, but it's hard when lessons aren't learned the hard way. Yeah. Rather than just always being safe. Yeah. But that's just everything. That's just I think how people are. And
it's one of those things. It's not that people weren't being safe.
Yeah, just miscommunication.
But I think
circle back around.
It's just now there is such this painful reminder of how badly things can go and how important it is to be safe. Yeah. And you never want to see that happen again. And I feel this way, and I wasn't even there. I was not in Brazil. I never met Pastrana. But there are guys that are still on tour now that were there and had met him, and it really hits home for them. Yeah. But even as someone that wasn't there, I still feel this serious urge and reminder that don't screw it up.
Yeah, community getting affected is the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I have Chase's crash on here.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's one of the scariest things I can think of, honestly.
Yeah, just back down over. I can't imagine just back up, feet in the air.
Best case scenario for that crash.
Because you see there's something fucking his wrist and got a hole.
And his ankle. Yeah. But he didn't realize the wrist was busted for a while.
Yeah, string of bad cases. So 129 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Out of 10 would not recommend.
You know what's really crazy is the suit that he's wearing here is incredibly thin. This was the first time that any of us, at least that he and I had gotten danger suits, super thin leathers. Yeah. And we got them for Argentina. Yeah. And the suit didn't tear. He hit the ground so fast that his leathers didn't rip open.
Interesting.
And they should have ripped open. They were super thin.
Just oh my god, that is terrible.
Yeah, I could go without that one ever again.
Yeah. But communication is important.
Communication is important. Yeah, safety, rider safety is the most important thing. Yeah. Bar none. There's nothing more important than that. And that's it. That's all it is. That's all that matters.
Well,
I talked about my tour. Is there anything you would like to add about yours? Any fun things you're looking forward to?
Any fun stories you want to tell the public about a fun experience?
I have to back that one. The segment we just did with a fun experience.
Yeah.
But no, I think I can't wait to race. Can't wait to be on track. It's crazy doing your whole off season without another reference other than Owen. We're kind of just in this bubble. Yeah. I don't know if this bubble has gone up or has gone down.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
And it's very close.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see where this bubble is on the international level.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Thanks, guys.
Can't wait.
Thank you, Spuddy.
That was fun. Thank you, people, for listening. I'm glad you made it this far.
If you made it this far, that's impressive.